state's understanding, the defendant will withdraw his previously entered plea of not guilty and enter a guilty plea to count 1, having weapons under disability, a felony of the 3rd degree with the forfeiture specification. If that plea is forthcoming and accepted by the court, the state would move to dismiss the remaining counts of the indictment at sentencing. The state would ask for a pre-sentence report and a drug and alcohol evaluation, and there is a joint recommendation for community control in this case. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Tomaszek.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bradley, how old are you?
24 years old, Your Honor.
How far did you go through school?
I did 2.5 years.
Of what?
I did 2.5 years at Central State University. Once COVID happened, I was sent home and never returned.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to coming to court, have you taken any drugs or alcohol or any prescription medication in the last 48 hours?
No, Your Honor.
What did you say he's pleading to?
Count 1, having weapons under disability with the forfeiture.
Did you get a copy of this indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
It's been represented to me you're going to plead guilty to count 1, having weapons under disability, or felony 3, as well as the forfeiture specification, and then the remaining counts will be dismissed at sentencing. Is that your understanding?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now before I accept your guilty plea, I need to determine that you know and understand the constitutional rights you'll be waiving, the consequences of your guilty plea, and the maximum penalty I could give you, and I need to be satisfied that your guilty plea is being made freely, knowingly, and voluntarily. So I'm going to ask you questions. If you don't understand a question, or you want to talk some more to Ms. Tomaszek, let me know and I'll give you more time. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a constitutional right to have a trial, either to me or to a jury of 12 Lake County citizens. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to a jury trial, all 12 members must agree to a guilty plea or a guilty verdict before you can be found guilty. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, the prosecutor will call witnesses to testify against you. Do you understand the prosecutor must prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
After the witnesses are done testifying for the prosecutor, you have the constitutional right to have your lawyer cross-examine the witnesses. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial, you have the right to have witnesses come here and testify for you. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If those witnesses refuse to come to court, I'll issue an order called a subpoena to make them come and testify. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the right to testify at trial if you want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have the constitutional right to not testify at trial if you do not want to. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you decide not to testify at trial, nobody is permitted to comment on that decision. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you go to trial and you're found guilty, you have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you have the constitutional right to have a lawyer represent you in the appeal. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford to hire a lawyer, one would be provided at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you file an appeal, you're entitled to have a transcript of all the hearings in this case. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you waiving that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you could not afford a copy of those transcripts, they'd be given to you at no cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty today, you will not have the right to appeal the guilty finding. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No, Your Honor.
Do you still want to plead guilty to count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand by pleading guilty, you're fully admitting your guilt to the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand by pleading guilty to this felony that you're voluntarily giving up your freedom for whatever period of time I could sentence you to prison, to jail, or to community control.
Yes, Your Honor.
Having weapons while under disability, is a felony 3. It carries a 36-month maximum prison sentence and a $10,000 maximum fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you plead guilty to the forfeiture specification, then you're voluntarily giving up any item listed in that specification. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you presently on post-release control to the Adult Parole Authority?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that,
No, Your Honor.
all right. You understand that your felony conviction prevents you from owning or possessing a firearm?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if a prison term is imposed in this case, you might have to serve a period of post-release control for up to 2 years under the Parole Authority?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you are placed on post-release control and violate any conditions, the Parole Authority could send you back to prison for up to 9 months for each of your violations, up to 1/2 of my sentence. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If your violation of post-release control is a new felony, then you could get an additional consecutive prison sentence for that violation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
If that were to occur, the maximum prison sentence for the violation would be the greater of 12 months or the time left under post-release control. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand if a prison term is imposed, you are eligible for judicial release?
Yes, Your Honor.
I could place you on community control for up to 5 years, but if you violate any conditions, then I could send you to prison for 36 months. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you I would be lenient on you just because you're pleading guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you what I will sentence you to in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand I do not have to follow the sentencing recommendation of either the prosecutor or your lawyer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had enough time to talk with Ms. Tomaszek before pleading guilty today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has she discussed everything about your case and answered all of your questions?
Yes, Your
Are
Honor.
you satisfied with the advice she has given you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been threatened or coerced in any way to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you freely, knowingly, and voluntarily entering your guilty plea?
Yes, Your
Do
Honor.
you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Bell, if the case went to trial, what would the evidence show?
Thank you, Your Honor. Had this matter proceeded to trial, the state would have proven beyond a reasonable doubt that on August 1st, 2024, the defendant was pulled over in Menor, Lake County, Ohio. As a result of that interaction with a police officer, an inventory search was performed. A loaded handgun was found in the center console of that vehicle, and Mr. Bradley was the only person in that vehicle. That handgun was sent to Lake County Crime Lab and was confirmed to be operable, and the defendant has a prior in the Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court for trafficking, case number CR 23678862A, dated July 26, 2023. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Tomaszek, anything to add to those facts?
Nothing on the facts, Your Honor.
Mr. Bradley, did you hear what Ms. Bell said that the facts would show if the case went to a trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are those facts true?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, what is your plea to count 1, having weapons while under disability, a felony 3?
Guilty, Your Honor.
What is your plea to the forfeiture specification?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Tomaszek?
Your Honor, I did review the written plea of guilty prior to Mr. Bradley's change of plea, and he's prepared to sign the document
Is
today.
that correct, Mr. Bradley?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
if you want to plead guilty, then you need to sign that document.
Your Honor, Mr. Bradley has signed the written plea of guilty, and I have signed.
Your Honor, I'm going to the defendant signed the written plea of guilty, and I've fixed my signature as well.
All right, Mr. Bradley, is this your signature on the written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you want me to accept your written plea of guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept the written plea of guilty. Defendant was present. Ms. Tomaszek advised of all of his rights, made a knowing, intelligent, voluntary waiver of those rights. He understands the nature of the charge, the consequence of his guilty plea, and the maximum penalty. Finds to be knowing, intelligent, voluntary. I will accept this plea of guilty. Find him guilty of count 1, having weapons while under disability, felony 3. And the forfeiture specification, I'm going to refer this for a pre-sentence report. Sentencing will be February 28 at 9 a.m. and the bond is continued. Anything else, Ms. Bell?
Nothing further. Thank you,
Ms.
Your Honor.
Tomaszek?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, we're adjourned.
All rise.